Welcome inside Doug Woog Arena here in South St. Paul as we bring you the 28th annual Kaposha Classic semifinals, semifinal number 2 between the Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds and the South St. Paul Packers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Hupp, joined tonight by Jerry Grant. And Jerry, hard-fought win in the quarterfinals for CPCR, but they find themselves in a game against kind of a road game, really, here at South St. Paul against the Packers in a game that they're probably favored to win. They come in with a record of 10-4, and wasn't easy yesterday against the conference rival like Elk River, but a real character win for them to come through.
Yeah, it was. When you look at the game, it was very even, and the Bluebirds did not get that lead back until late in the third period, where they scored. June Semling scored the game winner, and then after that, what happened was the visitors, Coon Rapids Bluebirds and Champlin Park. And what happened is Elk River got a 5-on-3 power play, and that was in the last 4 minutes of the game, and the Bluebirds were able to kill that off and get the win, but they had to work for it.
Yeah, no question about it. They are wearing the blue uniforms tonight with the white helmets, white lettering and numerals, red trim. South St. Paul in the maroon and white with the maroon breezers and helmets lettering and the white sweaters as we are underway. A couple of really talented centers in Lily McKenzie squaring off against Lily Pockle, the junior defender going to Harvard. Not too shabby, playing on the wing tonight as the puck is chipped into the Bluebirds' end, and it's taken there by Nora Milton. Milton starting on the blue line tonight along with Briley Del Castillo. Cross-ice pass. And an opportunity here for June Semling. Semling tracks it into the corner, watched by Kira Furman there. Centered in front, first shot of the game, turned aside by Molly Jeffrey.
Yeah, good first shot. Always want to get shots early, and if you have one from the point, take it.
Not a bad effort to begin. Picked up meanwhile in the neutral zone by Bailey Vesper, and she gets it in deep. Tracked down there by Del Castillo. Speeding down and carrying it out of the zone as she whizzes down the right wing. Del Castillo into the brings it all the way to the end boards where she loses the puck briefly. Picked up behind the net by Semling. Early going here. Delayed because of the last game. Went to a shootout won by Holy Angels over Woodbury after they tied it with just 6 seconds left in the third period. Very exciting game.
That was a good game.
Board battle behind the net as Kyla Kading is pinned up against the boards, cleared but not out as Semling keeps it. Down the wall, above the left circle, loose in front. Big save made by Molly Jeffrey, the senior netminder, and a whistle stops play as I believe the net got knocked off its moorings.
Yeah, good start by the Bluebirds. They're getting the puck down deep, and they're getting some shots on goal. That's their second shot.
Shots 2-0 in favor of CPCR, as this time it'll be Caitlin Easton, the freshman forward, to take the draw. Winner will play Holy Angels, the Academy of Holy Angels, tomorrow night here. And of course, we will have that game for you, and or the third place game if it comes to that. But certainly based on like opponents and scores, certainly CPCR has to be considered the favorite going in, but that never means a whole lot in hockey.
No, you have to always play the game.
Yeah, no question about it, as it's skated through the zone by Tessa Bolden, the sophomore forward, goes off for a change. Pass intercepted at center ice by Taylor Zahalka. Now it's carried on in by Pockle. Backhanded attempt saved by Madeline Wastrel, the junior netminder. Makes the stop and takes the whistle. Wastrel coming in with a record of 7-4, a 2.27 goals against average, or goals allowed average, and a 9.19 save percentage.
Yeah, she's doing well. And that was a good save. She held her ground on the post, didn't give that short side up.
Del Castillo stood up along the right half wall. Finally dug out of there by the Bluebirds, and they exit the zone. Furman taps it ahead, and it's turned over in the neutral zone. This is Pockle. Backhanded in deep. Chased down by Allison Pajunen, the junior defender. Battle along the near side boards. Pajunin skates behind her own net. Reverses course to Callie Alphen. Shot from Pockel from the point. It took a deflection on the way through.
Nice tip. She saw that player open in front of the net, just put it on the net and let her player tip it, and Wastrel made the save.
First icing of the game goes in favor of the Packers, so the draw will come back down to the Bluebirds' end. Shots tied 2 apiece. 14:06 to go, first period.
Yeah, you got to watch Pockel. She definitely knows how to play the game. She had her head up. She knew that she couldn't advance the puck herself, so she saw that player in front, and she just zipped it down there, and that's dangerous because the player was not covered.
16 goals and 21 assists already on the season for the junior defenseman, who's Harvard bound as she backhands it toward the front of the net. It's loose. Wastrel tried to cover it initially, but puck squirted free. Now it's loose in the slot. Tracked to the near side boards by the Packers. They'll play catch as Pockel brings it down. Centered out in front, but no one was home. What a great find, though, by Pockel. Great vision.
Yes, indeed.
Bluebirds skating with it now. Centering pass. Goalie doesn't know where it is. It's still in the possession of CPCR. Back out to the point. That whizzes wide by the post.
Yeah, that was Bernovic using her speed again.
Back to the right point with McKenzie. Her shot is blocked down. Chops at it again. Tied up initially, and it's backhanded out. Just out of the reach of Sydney Thompson, the 10th grade forward. She chases Alphen back into the Bluebirds' end, but Callie Alphen with that speed brings it right back in. Backhanded to the slot, but it's intercepted and played on out. Alphen now at center ice, flips it off of a Packer. And now CPCR trying to change on the fly as Pockel throws it towards Wastrel's net. She steers it aside. Cross ice pass picked up here by Kayla Ketting. Ketting's shot whizzes high. That was always rising. Chopped at bounding puck. Picked up here by number 12, Alita Ahern, the junior forward. She gets it ahead, 1-on-2 for the Packers. They try to get it in deep. Del Castillo, they never seem hurried or overly, they're always poised defensively, it seems like.
That helps. They're going to have to watch out because the Packers are trying to spring some players with long pass.
Yep. That's not a bad idea against this aggressive Bluebirds forecheck. Good stick lift. They hold the zone momentarily before it's swept in deep there by Addie Baroni. And the icing brings the draw back down into the Packers' end.
Yeah, pretty even period so far. Both teams getting a few chances here and there. Goalies doing their job, keeping the puck out of the net. So,
indeed, 5 minutes gone by in the opening period.
Yeah, one of the keys for the Bluebirds is they have to stay out of the penalty box. The Packers have a 33% power play.
Yeah, Bluebirds have 55% on the power play, which is mighty impressive. Packers managed to force it out momentarily, and then it's backhanded in by Alphen. Rung around the boards, trying to connect with Annie Felton. Now the puck thrown from the point by Pajunin toward the net. Board battle here, won by the Packers. I've always loved the colors, the logo, the nickname of the Packers. It's just a very cool nod to the history of South St. Paul as Beck backhands it in deep and one goes off for a change. Up ahead to the captain, shared across by Evelyn Semling for her sister.
Yeah, right.
I can't read my own handwriting. That's the problem.
Well, it happens.
Good tic-tac-toe passing. Beautiful zone entry for CPCR. They carry it in deep, leaned on. Good defensive pressure. Hands stay down. There's a shot from the dot, and they score! It's June Semling with her 7th of the season, her 20th point of her impressive freshman campaign.
Well, that's what she did yesterday in the game winner. She was able to find that puck in the house, as they say, and she was able to get off a heavy wrist shot, and she found the far corner and gives the Bluebirds an early lead.
That goal coming at 5:19, or 6:19 rather, of the first period. And it gives CPCR a 1-0 lead. Sydney Bernovic gets the assist as they nearly score another one.
That was close. It was right on the doorstep. They certainly could have got that rebound.
Trying to walk her way to the front. Loose in the slot. Shot. Great save by Wastrel. What a terrific stop there, Jerry.
She's right back to where she left off last night. That's what she was doing. It's a wonderful save. She stood right in there and challenged that shooter.
June Semling, her 7th of the season to go along with 13 assists. Now Pockel tries to walk her way through, and it's picked up instead by Lily McKenzie. McKenzie centering pass, looking for a hard-charging cutter to the neck. I believe that was Bernovic, just underneath her stick. Bounding puck. Taken center ice and skated in by number 15, Kayla Ketting. Right pad save. Nice job coming high in the crease there by Molly Jeffrey. Shot 6-3, 1-0.
Well, Bluebirds are picking up the pace right now, Bill. They're getting their feet going, and they're able to get some opportunities down low. They've had a good chance or two for a rebound, but Jeffrey has hung in there to keep it a 1-goal game.
And it just shows you the power of Semling, that she could just wrist one from the dot, and it just came from an extended zone time and a lot of pressure, and that's what the Bluebirds do when they're playing well, when they're right. They have played an admittedly tough schedule as Jeffrey makes another fine save.
They have. I mean, they took on War Road, had them up. They were up 3-0, lost 4-3 in the Garden, and then took on Minnetonka last week, and only lost 3-0. And Wastrel had a good game there to keep it 3-0.
And you get better playing those kind of teams.
Yes, you do.
It pays off.
Absolutely.
And to get out of their section, they're going to have to beat some
Maple Grove.
Some good ones, yeah, in the form of Maple Grove.
And they lost to them 5-3, and it was a good game. So they have potential this year. Just have to keep getting better.
Ahern, Ketting. Well, they took down the Giant last year or they lost. They took down. They had a big win in the semifinals. Ultimately lost, I believe, in the section championship. But yeah, they have a lot of teams. They lost a lot of talent from that team, but they also. That's the thing, is they're just a very young and talented team.
Yeah, they are young. I mean,
so it all depends on how much growth.
Yes.
They get from their youngsters.
Yeah.
But you look at some of their top players, some of their top scorers.
Yeah, they're.
Bernovic's a sophomore.
Right. Yep.
Semling's a freshman.
Yes.
So,
well,
certainly the potential, and especially if this group can stay together,
if they stay together,
really good in the coming
building
years.
year. They can do some things this year, but next year, you wouldn't want to play them.
No, Wastrel will be a senior. Yeah, they're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out.
Don't forget Elfin. She's a great defender.
Yeah.
Yesterday on the 5-on-3 penalty kill at the end of the game, she basically challenged the team to just take over the game. She took over the battle in her own zone, beat 3 different players to pucks, got the puck out of the zone to kind of ice that game, and it was all effort.
Yeah.
That's a freshman.
Yep, absolutely. Alphin's good. Tessa Bolden is good, of course. And these are all underclassmen that I'm speaking of.
It's a nice hockey team up and down the lineup.
Yeah, no question. So it's exciting to see what they can do. But, hey, a victory at the 28th Annual Kaposha Classic would be a nice start for this Bluebirds team. Yeah. Put a little silverware in the trophy case.
Yeah, that's right. And to beat the home squad on their own rink would be kind of nice.
Yeah, no question. That'd be the start, and then
offside.
See what they can do against Holy Angels as offside is the call.
Yeah.
1-0. Bluebirds lead it just about midway through the first period. Shot 7-3 in favor of CPCR. Bill Hupp, Jerry Grant.
Yeah, the Bluebirds getting into the flow of the game right now, Bill. They're starting to control play by getting the puck deep and just working their forecheck.
Pockel lofts it out to center ice, and we've got a hand pass, so the draw will come back in the Bluebirds' end. Jerry, I'll be honest, when I started calling hockey 8 years ago, I would not have known about a hand pass.
Oh, well, you know
it's
what,
all
now,
part of the learning curve. I do.
I hear you've learned a lot. And that's
well,
good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting in the chair you're in.
That's right. You wouldn't do you do enough junior games up at the super rink, and you get pretty comfortable.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I'm glad to work with you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's my pleasure. as the bounding puck is taken by Paco and the neutral zone, but the play is ruled offside.
Well, not a bad deal by Paco because that was trouble. That was a 2-on-1 potentially, so she just got to the puck and got an offside, which is not a bad deal.
Paco wearing the captain C along with Bailey Vesper, number 15, and Molly Jeffrey, the goalie. Of course, South St. Paul led by the wonderful Dave Palmquist, who is a longtime guy, has led them to many state tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been around a long time, Dave.
Nice guy, really knows what he's doing, and they really do it right here at
they do.
Doug Woog Arena.
It's a nice tournament.
Yes, nice tournament, nice people.
As
it's taken here by number 17, Sydney Bernovic. Bernovic wheels to the outside, dancing and prancing with it here in the right corner. Good team defense by the Packers to force the turnover.
Yeah, when she's alone, get 2 on her, get the puck away.
Tied up in a board battle, right wing corner. Bernovic still jamming at it. A little more puck support needed for the Bluebirds. McKenzie comes down there trying to dig it out. Finally, it squirts free. Tessa Bolden on it. Bolden goes back up the wall with it. Shot from the point driven down. And then they've got to go and touch up. Well, no, they're just going to try to change. On the fly as that puck is flipped up and out of play.
Yep, that's good. Yeah, you're out there 45 seconds or beyond. Get the puck down low, get a couple players off, try to stay fresh. It's a long hockey game.
Yeah, it looks like teams are roughly even, but yeah, CPCR does not have the biggest varsity squad that they could. Yeah, they run 2-3 lines deep.
Yeah, they run 3 lines, 4 or 5 D. Well,
yeah.
Well, their top D is out with an injury.
Right.
So,
yeah,
out.
That's a big loss that Kylie Oswagan is out on the bench.
So hopefully they'll get her back before it's all done. But there's just a little over a month before the playoffs start.
Yeah.
So.
How healthy are you? Can you be? That is a crazy thing to think about, Jerry.
Oh, I know it.
Almost 2024. Centering pass. Paco in a good place. But yeah, less than a month. Season goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, once you get to the holiday tournament, before you know it, it's almost done.
I mean, this is the 15th game of the season for CPCR. Nice job by Nora Milton to regain the zone. Bolden with a sharp angle shot that's saved.
Nice shot by Bolden.
And now they're starting to buzz, starting to pick up some zone time as Bolden in front, making a nuisance of herself. Good save by Jeffrey, who hangs on and takes the whistle.
Yeah, that line was good yesterday, too. Bolden was very active. She had some shots on goal. She had some potential to get some good plays going in that game. And it was really nice to see that line add some depth. Because the first line, we know what they can do, but that second line does a good job, and the third unit actually goes out and gets some nice minutes, too. So it's a balanced lineup.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Jerry, the teams that you see win in state tournament time are the teams that run 3 solid lines deep, boys and girls.
Yeah, and at least 5D.
And yeah, at least 5D, exactly. Behind the net, fed out on front above the left circle through traffic. A lot of bodies in front. But Jeffrey made the stop. Centering pass again, Paco there. It's gloved down just above the left circle. Backhanded along by Zahalka. South St. Paul able to get there first. Good team puck support, though, is Isabella Rocca. Gets there first. Alphen comes down to play it. She rings it around the boards. Now they're cycling the puck, Jerry, and it's looking good.
Yeah, they're really working hard down low, and they're winning puck battles and keeping pressure on.
Finally, South St. Paul able to clear their zone, and they'll ice the puck and gladly take the line change.
Yes, they will. Just made it over the end line, so they're able to get the line change because they were pinned in their zone. Shots 10-3. Bluebirds would like to get that second goal here soon. It's just a one-shot game.
Yep. Of course, Paco. That's a good way to put it. Paco stays out there, but otherwise they get 4 fresh bodies on the ice. Like Jerry said, 10-3 shots in favor of the Bluebirds. Rung around and intercepted. Centering pass. It's loose. Bernovic was right there, but it was intercepted, and it's banked out of the zone. Del Castillo comes back. Centering pass. Dangerous. Big save again by Wasru. Comes out and makes the pad stop.
Yeah, you got to watch that regroup across the ice when there's pressure.
Yeah, you cannot turn it over in that kind of area. And teams will make you pay.
Oh, they
Behind the intended target here at the blue line for the Packers. Cross ice pass. Back for Pockel. Now it's turned over in the slot. Semling couldn't get it out of her skates.
Too bad. She was right there.
Semling along the left half wall. Pockel will hammer it around. Felton, cross ice pass right in the middle of the ice, intercepted by Bolden. Whacked at. Bernovic tries to, beg your pardon, Pajunin sees her pass intercepted, and here comes Pockel. The Harvard-bound defender goes between the legs of Del Castillo, through the legs, nutmegged her, to use a soccer reference.
Soccer reference, exactly. Always embarrassing when that happens, but you get over it and move on.
Well, easier to happen with a puck.
Yeah, it is.
Such a small object here as the puck is left for Pockel. Tries to get up to Vesper, who tips it in the zone.
Well,
sets up on the forecheck.
That's what South St. Paul wants to do. They want to dump that puck deep and get after it. Two people forechecking hard right now.
And at the risk of maybe jinxing this Bluebirds team, they've stayed out of the box so far. It's been a cleanly played game, and they've kept SSP off of the power play as a delayed high sticking. So waved off. Now an opportunity here. Shot in front, hits a Packer. Great job, though, as Bolden knocked off the puck. Chasing after it, Kadeen. Kayla Keating. Worked by Furman. Still maintains possession of the puck, though. There's Easton in there for support. Plays it out high for Zahalka, and that's underneath her stick.
That's too bad.
Zahalka pressured by Vesper. Student managers next to us wanted a penalty, none coming, and stayed down.
It's just a good lean, I guess the referees thought. Careful with that puck there.
You do. It is so funny in hockey how you just immediately look to the refs to be like, is the hand up? Oh, no, it's
Pockel.
not. Pockel on a backhand, and Wastrel makes an excellent save.
Yeah, the Bluebirds did this yesterday.
Got to be careful turning it over in those dangerous areas.
Yes, they did that yesterday for a while. Got to get over that little problem.
Cycled down low. Vesper off the side of the net, centered in front, and again, no one was home. Opportunity hits a stick in front, bodies in front of the net. 10-5 now, shots. It's run comes around the boards to the far side, right half wall. Alphin, the freshman, banks it out of the zone and all the way down. It's going to be an icing, but it does allow CPCR to get new skaters on the ice.
And they needed new players. That line was very tired, and the Packers had them pinned in their end, and they were forechecking hard, and they got a couple opportunities there, and Wastrel had to be sharp.
And a player like Pockel is, going to Harvard, too smart to turn over in a bad zone, bad area.
She's reading the game very well. She'll jump into those areas when she sees an opportunity, and that's a problem.
That pass is ultimately gloved down by Bernovic. Gets it ahead for Semling. Del Castillo will play it off the wall, and it's taken back by the Packers. 3-on-1, 3-on-2 rather, for South St. Paul, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah, the players wanted to go forward when they had to think backward at that time.
Intercepted at center ice by Pajunin. Backs it in deep. Pockel rings it around the near side boards. Loose in the slot. One-timer. That goes wide. Nice effort on net by Pajunin as it slid right to her in the high slot. But
the net's off.
Yeah, and they finally blew the play down.
Yeah, Bluebirds are going to have to watch out. They're pressing real hard on their forecheck, and what South St. Paul's doing is they're springing a player across the mid-ice up the middle, and they're trying to hit her behind the defense, and they almost had her there because she was on her way if they would have hit her with the pass.
29.2 seconds left, first period. 1-0 CPCR. They win the draw. Del Castillo tries to get it across, but Vesper reads it well. 2-on-1 for the Packers. Great stick lift from behind by Del Castillo as the puck flies up into the protective netting.
Yeah, they made up for the error by hustling back, so it was a good back check. It's funny how all of a sudden you can skate a lot faster after you've made an error, and you get on your horse to get down there and make sure that they don't score. So
that's a captain's play right there.
Yeah, it was a good effort.
19.6 seconds left as the draw takes place in the left circle of the Bluebirds' end. They win it 2-on-2 back the other way. Bernovic gains the zone, work to the outside, passes tipped. Battle for it. Alphen. 7 seconds left as it slides all the way down for an icing. So with 5.1 seconds to go, face-off will take place to the left of Molly Jeffrey.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that Palmquist teams do is they battle well. You see Lily McKenzie get the puck there, and right away there was a packer on her, battling her for that puck. Not much time and space to get after you.
They're going to be high hockey IQ teams, generally speaking.
They play a good system.
Off the draw, time for one shot. It hits a packer out in front as time expires here at Doug Woog Arena. Jerry Grant and I will be back with first period analysis as we've hit our first intermission here at the 28th annual Kaposha Classic semifinals. CPCR, after one period of play, leads it 1-0 over South St. Paul here on CTN. Bill Hupp and Jerry Grant back here in the 28th annual Kaposha Varsity Semifinals. Kaposha Classic Semis. 1-0 lead after one period of play. CPCR on top of the hosts, South St. Paul. And Jerry, what did you think of that first period from the Bluebirds?
Well, I thought they played a good period. They got enough shots. They got 10, and they also were controlling the puck. They had a little bit of problem for a few minutes towards the end of the period, managing the puck in their own end. I'd like to see them clean that up a little bit, and I think they're right on track.
They lose the opening draws. The Packers and Lily Pockel control. We called her name Lot in the first period, as you'd expect, but they iced the puck to begin this second period. Shots were 10-5 in the first period for the Bluebirds. And a goal courtesy of June Semling, the talented freshman, her 7th of the season, assisted by Sydney Bernovic, getting her 11th assist of the season at 6:19. An even strength tally gave CPCR a 1-0 lead. They'd love to add to it here as they go to work on the offensive end off the draw. And here is Bernovic, twisting and turning down low. Held in at the right point as they hold the zone. Turned aside by Molly Jeffrey. Now it's Bernovic in the right corner. Back to the point. Another shot through traffic. It hits Pockel out in front. As Semling goes back with it to Nora Milton. Down low, Semling charges. It trickles out the top of the net.
Ooh.
And falls fortuitously to Pockel. She clears it, but not out.
That was
Great shift here. Opportunity in front. There's a shot and a save by Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Oh, Lily McKenzie was lurking, but could not get the rebound. Now it's Bernovic who stick lifts. And a board battle along the right half wall. Great first minute 15 for the Bluebirds as they'll finally bank it off the window and all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, it was a good opening shift. They had nice chances there, and that rebound just was out of the reach of McKenzie because she had a wide open net staring at her. But the bounces have to go to your way once in a while, Bill.
Yes, there is such a thing as puck luck.
Mm-hmm.
But a good start to the period for CPCR as they look to build on the 1-0 lead they enjoy. Winner of this game will play Academy of Holy Angels as that one's flipped up and out of play by Pockel. Holy Angels tied it with about 8 seconds left against Woodbury after it had been tied 1-1 for a long time. The Royals went ahead late. Stars tied it up even later, and they eventually would win it in overtime.
Yeah, it was good.
Or excuse me, they'd win in a shootout.
Shootout.
No one would win it in overtime.
The old shootout.
We know because we were standing here waiting for the next game to start.
We were.
Intercepted at center ice nicely by Alphen. You're right, she is a star in the making. Weaving her way through traffic, Tessa Bolden. That's right, I said Bolden.
Yep.
Sorry, Kim.
Yeah, Bolden. Won't get her. It just takes time when you're new on the
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
roster.
I've written it down as Bolden. It's Bowden.
It's Bowden, yes.
And she thought I was saying Bolden, which I might have, but I was saying Bolden because I had written it down incorrectly.
Well,
Tessa Bowden.
yes, you have it now.
2 apologies due to Kim.
Yes.
And hopefully she accepts them. I am just the backup announcer, and the backup for a reason. Because I am no Joe.
You're doing fine. Well, Joe has had the team the whole year. He knows them.
That's
and
true.
he had him last year.
Yes, he bleeds Cardinal red. Spilled in front. That was a dangerous rebound that was spilled by Madeline Wastrel, but luckily she covers and takes the whistle.
Yeah, Wastrel, good decision there. Kind of the puck bumbling around a little bit in front of her. Just get on top of that so you can get a line change and start again. Because that's the Packers' mentality. They want shots on net. They want to crash for rebounds, so they're going to try to do more of that.
Off the wall, Pockel brings it down to the slot. Oh, got to be careful with that as she carried it cleverly and got a wicked wrister off that buzzed the right post.
Yeah, they let her walk right down Broadway.
Yep. 3-on-2 for CPCR if they hurry. Bernovic into the zone, twisting and turning. Double teamed immediately. Now McKenzie trying to get there. Pockel gets there first. Nice job by Semling to come down and play it. Or excuse me, that's Pajunin. As this goes out to Del Castillo at center ice.
Yeah, Packers doing a good job in their own zone. They're getting on people right away, so you don't have a lot of time. You got to make that pass quick so you can here's something going. You got to make that pass right away, or else there'll be a player on you.
Puck slides down in CPCR end where it's collected by Pajunin.
There she is.
Great stretch pass up ahead. Opportunity now. And just a little bit of a heavy touch, and it's poke checked away by Jeffrey. Now it's chased after, and ultimately Ahern can't get there. And do we have our first penalty?
No, we're going to have center ice face-off because one referee said icing, the other one said it was tipped, so they'll face it off at center ice.
No penalties yet in this game.
No.
Famous last words.
I love it. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, so far, that'd be great.
Good flow. They're playing hard, but playing very clean.
Absolutely. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the second period. Still 1-0 CPCR. Off the draw, Milton regains the zone for the Bluebirds.
Has number 7 left the ice at all today for South St. Paul?
I don't think so.
Every time I look up, she's there.
Yeah, Pockel, and she's camped in front of her netminder right now. She has it here and manages to clear it all the way down. That is going to be an icing.
Oh, that way you get rest.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to leave the ice if all you're doing is whacking it down the other
end. Ice a couple times. There's 10 seconds. There's another 10. All right, you're good.
Yeah, her conditioning must be top-notch.
Yeah, I would think so.
Ahern and Easton to do the honors and the right dot. Won by South St. Paul and then taken away quickly by CPCR. Backhanded in front, and a great job reading that play by who else but Pockel.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're Dave Palmquist, why would you take her off the ice?
No,
you're going to Harvard for crying out loud. Here comes Pockel firing a wrister, and it's gloved and held on to by Wastrel.
Yeah, Wastrel, no problem. She saw that, nothing in her way, just put the glove out. Got it, and then got a face-off, and 7's still on the ice.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch and see if she ever leaves. That's my mission the rest of the period.
If she does, it's for like 30-second breathers. She has it here, top of the slot. It was nearly redirected in by a couple, including Ahern. But instead, the Bluebirds try to skate it out, and they do. Up ahead for Tessa Bowden. And now Bowden delivers a hard check into the end boards. It's tied up. Bowden doing a nice job. Checked off the puck. The sophomore with 8 goals and 8 assists on the season.
Yeah, she's crafty around the net.
Here's a shot, she scores! And there is Tessa Bowden being crafty, exactly as you described it, Jerry.
She's very crafty, and she likes to walk out of that corner. And once she turned her body, it was squared up to the net. She ripped a shot high, short side, and that's a nice goal to give the Bluebirds a 2-goal lead.
The name is Tessa Bowden, and the sophomore has her 9th of the season as she just snuck it short side, the near post, right over that right shoulder of Molly Jeffrey, and it kind of curled all along the top of the net. It was a pretty goal.
It was a pretty goal.
And it's 2-0 now in favor of the Bluebirds. Unassisted goal by Tessa Bowden. 4:57 of the second period, an even strength goal. 2-0 now CPCR.
And that's what they've been getting all year is balanced scoring from the top 2 units. The third unit can go out and do a good job playing defense and get you a goal once in a while, but they usually play even hockey. And when you have that formula, you're going to win some games.
No question about it. Now, this Packers team can score. They
can score.
Averaging 4.757 goals per game.
Yes.
But so far, their chances have been pretty minimal as Wastrel has stopped all 9 shots she's faced.
Yeah, she's had a couple challenging ones, but she's up to the task.
And lots of extended zone time for the Bluebirds here in the early going, and that was a well-deserved 2-0 lead. Pockel through traffic. That one missed the net. They track it to the near side boards here as Sydney Thompson, the 10th grader, rings it around. It's picked up in the far side corner by Zahalka. Tipped out of the zone and then intercepted at center ice. Back for Pockel, who banks it ahead for Thompson. Beautifully moved by Bernovic. She regains the zone. Bernovic tests the blocker of Jeffrey. Bounding puck loose in the slot. Finally, it's cleared to the far side boards.
That was a rip. She put some mustard on that one. Yeah, what I liked about yesterday's game in the second period, the Bluebirds shut Elk River down, did not let them get a single shot out in the house area. So let's see if they can continue that with just one so far for South St. Paul.
Zahalka at her own blue line, and then it's taken back by Thompson. Thompson throws it cross corner. And just in case you're wondering, Pockel's still out there. Has it center ice and or top of the slot rather, and it's
dangerous.
Sticked aside by Wastrel.
Dangerous cross
yeah, she's got
pass.
A lot of space.
Yeah, you got to know that she's going to be standing. Oh, it bouncer.
Bounding puck fanned on, shot through traffic. A lot of bodies in front of Wastrel as screens. It's back to the left point. Good stick in the passing lane by the captain there, Lily McKenzie, and then the puck is iced.
Well, the thing about a tournament, you're playing 2 days in a row, and then tomorrow's your third day. You really test your conditioning because that line was very tired at the end of that shift. So to keep that in mind as the game continues, Bill.
Ahern to take the face-off for South St. Paul, but it's won by Caitlin Easton. Another one of those talented underclassmen. Packers back for Pockel, moves center, shoots through traffic, and it gets hung up on one of her teammates, and Wastrel makes the stop. Addie Baroni was on the doorstep banging away at it, but ultimately the save made by Wastrel, and she covers and takes the whistle.
Yes.
Shots for the game, though, now, Jerry, nearly even at 14-12.
South St. Paul's putting some pressure on. Wastrel's holding ground.
Off the draw, they get to the center. And again, Ahern in a dangerous position. One of the bigger skaters on the ice in terms of height. Finally, CPCR able to clear their zone momentarily, as it's been a Packers playground for the last couple minutes. Stolen back by South St. Paul.
Yeah, they're just winning puck battles.
Yeah, now the Bluebirds trying to regroup and get out of their own end. They've got a 2-goal lead here, nearly midway through the second period. They regain the zone. There's a shot that tests Molly Jeffrey. A riser from Pajunen.
That was a good shot.
Sprinting after it, Alphen. Such a fast, aggressive skater.
Yeah, even on a potential icing, sometimes you let up a little bit and coast, but she was hustling all the way after that puck.
The icing brings the faceoff back down into the Packers' end.
Yeah, the Bluebirds have to get a little more pressure down the Packer end because they're pressing for their first goal. They had some good chances there in that last couple of shifts.
There's a shot off the draw. Semley looking for her second. Chops at it as she slides into the end boards. Loose on the slot and a big save made by Jeffrey. Stopped a shot from Zahalka in the high slot.
And the net was off and the refs just kind of let it go. And that's normally they'll blow the whistle right away, but the ref just went over calmly and put the net back on the post and play continued.
Now it's a board battle along the left half wall. We've seen a couple of these. It's finally dug out. This is where CPCR can put some pressure on with their own forecheck as Beck carries it through center ice. Moving right to left. Forced to the wall here by Zahalka. Board battle picked up by Nora Milton. Milton backhands it up ahead, finds her teammate Lily McKenzie. 3-on-2, and they're offside. Tried to check it up, did Bernovic, but just could not hold up.
Yeah, she needed to do the old curl. When you know you're a little far ahead of that player, sometimes just make a little curl, go down the line a couple of strides, let her enter the zone, then turn and find that open spot. Hard to drag the leg. That's a difficult thing. So always try to cut your way down the line if you can.
8:01 to go, second period, as the face-off one back to the blue line and then taken away. Ahern tried to go, again, nutmeg. Ahern takes the stick away. The hands remain down.
I was lucky they had an open player in front of the net there.
Intercepted by Bodden. Bodden 1-on-3, works to the outside. Great speed, centering pass, and no one was home.
No, Bowden right in there, but no one there.
Bowden with a great centering pass, and now she picks it up again. Goes back down line with it, trying to find Del Castillo. Instead, it's picked up by number 77, Julia Burgos Frias, ninth grade freshman or ninth grade defenseman, rather. Speaking of that, Alphen Tracks it back to her own end. Chopped at and helped up the wall. Chasing after it. Ultimately, Kira Furman gets there first. Alphen rings it in, rings it around, and then goes off for a change. They hold it in at the left point. Thompson putting pressure on number 22, Olivia Reed, the sophomore forward. Reed manages to dig it out.
Well, if you have a chance to shoot that puck, I'd like to see her shoot that puck.
Yeah, in the high slot, it would have been a good shot.
Yeah, because you might get a rebound, get a screen. Hard to go through 3 players.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes and counting to go, and now it's leaked ahead for Thompson. Here comes Thompson from the left dot, gets to the front, and she goes down. And that might be a penalty shot. It's definitely a penalty, as it's going to be a trip.
Got lucky. Could have been a penalty shot. It was really close.
Yeah,
she had a step on the corner.
Debatable as Allison Pajunin takes the first penalty on either team with a trip with 6:16 left to play.
We'll see that powerful power play right now. We know who is going to run through. Number 7 will be the trigger.
So a tripping in the second period on Pajunin at the 9:44 mark, I believe. Off the draw, intercepted. 10 minutes, 44 seconds. Centering pass, fell up off the post. It's still loose, and they missed the net. Oh, chances there for Nora Milton. They could have had a shorty, but it went begging. Still 1:30 left on the tripping minor. As again, they take it away. The best skaters out there right now. Cross ice pass finds Bernovic. Bernovic from the top circle. It's blockered aside. And now fanning on a chance and opportunity the other way for Baroni.
Bernovic quick enough to get back and cover.
As well, June Semling.
Here we go, 2 on 1.
There as Tessa puts it on net, follows it up, and ultimately covered by Jeffrey, who takes the whistle.
It's too bad. Bowden had a trailer there. She could have delayed a little bit and had a nice pass across, but she decided to take the shot, and that's not bad. That's the one thing about the Bluebirds. They have a very good penalty kill, and yesterday Elk River had 6 opportunities, and they were 0 for 6.
Including a couple 5-on-3s.
2 5-on-3s in the third period. They were just outstanding penalty killing, and Wastrel definitely helped. She had some really good saves.
Yep, got to be disciplined in those circumstances. Certainly, Coach Todd Gutterman will want his players to be a little more disciplined, stay out of the penalty box if they can. Not a bad penalty, I don't think, for Pajunin to take, given that Baroni had a step. They steal it again. Bowden, blockered aside.
Try to get a rebound.
Right pad save made as the puck tied up momentarily, and they're just doing a great job of killing off valuable seconds.
Under
25 remaining as Baroni sees her pass intercepted by Del Castillo. Del Castillo into the zone, tries to walk her way through, poke checked free by Pockel.
Pockel's there.
But South St. Paul, I don't believe, has had a shot.
No, they haven't had the puck down in the zone.
Player advantage, As the penalty will expire and Pajunin comes out of the box back to full strength.
Often fun to watch. She can dangle.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusion, I think, about who's supposed to be on the ice. I believe that's Gutterman gesticulating.
Yeah. You want to make sure you don't get too many players on the ice because they had that yesterday. They had one of those.
Nope. Good outlet pass opportunity here as Thompson rips a shot too high. Inside of 4 minutes to go, second period, 2-0. Goals in each of the first 2 periods for CPCR.
Yeah, Bluebirds going to have to watch that long pass because that's what the Packers are up to. They're trying to spring somebody behind the defense, and they've had players there. They just have to connect on one of those, and we could have a 1-goal game if that happens.
21-12 shots for the game in favor of CPCR.
Yeah. It seemed that South St. Paul was starting to catch up on shots, but the last 5 minutes, the Bluebirds have picked it up again.
Yeah, they've outshot them 7-0 in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So Team managers wanted a penalty, none coming.
Yeah, they'll keep trying.
Pockel forced back into her own end.
Ooh, there you go.
Cross ice pass, kind of blind, and Bernovic picks it off. Bernovic feeds it to the high slot. It's tipped away. Well read there by Ahern. Ahern's been another pretty impressive player for the Packers, I would say.
She's a good skater. She's been very noticeable.
Bernovic from the left dot walks her way through. It's loose. In front, opportunity. Semling still jamming at it, and finally swept out of there by who else but Pockel.
Good pressure.
Yep, great pressure, and they had the goalie scrambling, Molly Jeffrey, who has stopped 22 of the 24 shots she's faced.
No,
but, you know, they're really finishing the period with a flourish. The last 10 shots on goal have come courtesy of the Bluebirds.
Well, that's when the Bluebirds are at their best. I mean, they can put a lot of pressure on you with their speed in the zone, and they're very quick as well. They get the loose pucks when they're moving their feet. They're very difficult.
Down low for Easton, and I believe we have a high stick, so the draw will take place all the way back down in the Bluebirds' end.
Yeah, that's always unfortunate when you have a high stick in the offensive zone, because all of a sudden the other team got 180 feet for nothing.
Yep. And it's hard to tell from here how upset Coach Gutterman is, or if he's pleased with what he's seen out of his team.
I think he'd have to be somewhat pleased. They're playing a fairly decent game.
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah,
solid.
And you're playing
haven't really been threatened.
Yeah, and you're playing on, like I say, the Packers' home rink. I mean, it's home cooking for them.
Yeah. And they're getting like the fight song and the whole 9 yards, as they should.
They should.
Playing here at historic Doug Woog Arena. So much great history of this South St. Paul program, and the boys and girls.
Yes.
And even the girls lately have been
the girls have a lot of banners
racked up.
Here.
Yeah, a lot of banners. Fourth place, third place.
Yeah, they get to the state tournament quite a bit.
Yeah, they have been.
Haven't won it for a while, but they've been in there.
But they've been in it, and they've.
Well, third place in 2023.
Yeah, a lot of semifinals. I've called a couple of their state quarterfinals. There's a shot gloved and held on to off of the Kayla Kading effort.
Yep, good shot by Kading. She turned the corner just like Bowden did earlier and thought, if my line mate can do it, why shouldn't I?
Right.
Ripped it on net, and Jeffrey made the save.
1:57 to go before our second intermission.
Yeah. Hey, they turned the heat off. All of a sudden, it feels cool in here.
No, they really did. They really did.
Our eggs are done, though, from the first period.
Well, yeah, steak is well done. I might have to go put the sweatshirt back on in between.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it was roasting.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting here in our T-shirts, basically.
Coming down to play the shot here is Nora Milton. CPCR would love to get one more before the end of the period. Milton backhands it, just battling for it in the left circle.
Yeah, that's a lot of battling going on.
Yeah, not a lot of spacing now.
That is the Packers game, a lot of battling.
Paco rings it around. Held it at the right point, thrown on net, opportunity, and they score! Isabella Rocca was on the spot, right in the slot, and she whacked it home off the rebound. It's 3-0 Bluebirds.
Good awareness from the point. Get that shot on net. There's an open player down there waiting, and Jeffrey offered up a very rare rebound, and Rocca put it in.
The juiciest of rebounds for Rocca. And she made it count, the junior, with just 1:14 left.
Yeah, that's a big goal, because South St. Paul was hanging around, and that third goal gives that little bit more of a cushion that you like.
That goal coming at the, if I can do my math, 46 mark.
46, yeah, that backwards math.
It's a struggle for us simple-minded broadcasters.
Well, we're not math majors.
No, exactly. We're talkers.
Talkers, exactly.
We're speech instructors and speech coaches.
Well, now they just need to get out of the period, keep that lead, don't take any big chances, play solid defense to wrap up the period.
And I can't tell if that was June Semling or Evelyn Semling that got the assist. One of the Semlings was credited with the assist.
Well, difference of a 9 and a 10. I
right.
didn't see either. Here comes Alphen. 3-2.
26 seconds left, 3-on-2, and actually Alphen tried to give it up, and now we've got a penalty coming up.
The hooker, a hold.
Yep, first hold, I believe it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it's a hold. Grab
and first penalty of the game on the Packers with 20 seconds left. So basically CPCR will have a minute 40 of player advantage when we start the third period.
Unless they put one in 20 seconds, you win the draw. It could
That's
happen.
true, absolutely. As
Felton went in the box.
it was Felton who took that penalty.
Hold.
16:40 the time of the penalty.
That could have been a trip.
Yeah, each team now has taken a penalty apiece. Alphen up ahead. Ahern knocks it down at her own line as time expires here in the second period. But a productive period for CPCR. They pot two, one at the early part of the second period, one very late. And they go into the second intermission with a relatively comfortable 3-0 lead here at the 28th annual Kaposha Classic in the semifinals. Back with the third period shortly here from Doug Woog Arena in South St. Paul. Score after 2 periods of play, CPCR 3 and South St. Paul nothing. Started the third period here from the Doug Woog Arena, the 28th annual Kaposha Classic, semifinal number 2, as CPCR enjoys a 3-0 lead as we begin the third period. Bill Hupp alongside Jerry Grant. Last broadcast here on ZTN of this tournament. And CPCR gets underway trying to clear their zone after scoring 2 in the second, 1 in the first, 2 in the second. That's why they lead 3-0 here in the third. And point of fact, Evie Semling gets the assist as a one-timer from Bernovic is turned aside. Yeah. That was a great look there in the slot.
Bumper.
Yeah, great setup. They are on the power play, by the way, with 50 seconds remaining on the holding minor taken by Felton right before the period end. Thrown in front, loose, and it's covered up. And Jerry, it might not seem like it, but this is a chance to really put the final nail in the proverbial coffin if they can score on this power play.
Yeah, the Packers knew that because right off the draw, they were down in the Bluebird end, and they were putting some pretty good pressure on the Bluebirds, denying them breaking the puck out. But once the Bluebirds did get down into the Packers zone, they had a nice setup, 2 good opportunities, and saves by Jeffrey.
Bernovic to take the draw. Shots in the second period, 17-7 in favor of the Bluebirds.
Yeah, they had a good period.
As so far they're pitching the shutout, and Wastrel has saved all 13 shots that she has faced. Good puck movement out high for June Semling. She throws it on net. Blocker to side. Not sure Jeffrey knew where it was initially. Bowden loses out now in a board battle. Bernovic comes off the wall with it. Checked off the puck in the right wing corner. Now it's June Semling out high for Alphen. She hits a riser that goes wide, misses the net. Thrown off the far side boards, but we have a whistle and a stoppage in play as the net has become dislodged.
Yeah, that net seems to be coming off a few times this evening. That's about 3 times.
Just 3 seconds left in the minor penalty, so if this stands, then both teams will be 1 for 1 on the kill.
Yeah.
Penalties and special teams not really a factor in this hockey game so far.
No. Three shots on the power play here starting the period.
Off the draw. There's a great, beautiful left pad save made by Jeffrey to deny Bowden in front, and Bernovic couldn't handle it. Back to even strength as Alphen walks the line. Brings it in deep. Banked off the near side, far side boards rather. Vesper cleared but not out. There's a wind and a drive, and it's, again, patted aside by Jeffrey. She's made some nice saves tonight, hasn't she?
She has been pretty sharp.
Senior captain and netminder. Loose puck as Semling, Evie Semling in there, jamming at it as well as Olivia Reed, and the whistle stops play.
Good start for the Bluebirds, Bill. They have come out here continuing to put the pressure on the Packers, and that's how you win a game when you're up 3-0. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Don't quit what you're doing. Just keep putting pressure on South St. Paul and try to get that 4th goal.
Shots 32-13 now for the game in favor of CPCR as they have outshot them 5-1 so far in this third period. Ahern at the line, helps it ahead. Pockel out there, haven't really called her name yet in the early going into the third, but she is ever present.
Yeah.
As the bounding puck grabbed by Pockel, pressured by Isabella Rocca, who had the 3rd goal. Rocca centering pass off the back of the net.
Good idea.
Yep. Del Castillo grabs it, banks it in.
Get a line change.
Pockel, long stretch pass up ahead to center ice. Vesserer, and it's stolen back at the blue line by Del Castillo. She brings it across. Del Castillo working right to left, has it knocked off her stick. Pockel, a force to be reckoned with as Kading has it. It's off the side of the netting as Bowden was going for her 2nd. Checked into the boards there is Easton behind the net. And it's lofted down the right wall and out of the zone. Not much in the way of numbers for South St. Paul as they get it into that end.
No, she was solo.
Baroni, Allie Baroni, or Addie Baroni, I should say. Centering pass misses everyone, including Kira Furman, who goes back into the neutral zone to get it.
There's the game the Packers want to play. Dump and get after that puck.
Felton forces the turnover left wing corner. Back out on high for Paco. Walks the line. It's tipped and redirected in front by Ahern. A great pad save by Wastrel.
Yeah, she was jolly on the spot again there. Great save.
I like that little flip of the phrase because very seasonal of you. Jolly on the spot.
Well, yeah, have to do it for a few more days. You know.
Jenny on the spot. Whatever you can do. Centering pass again. How many good centering passes have the Packers had, Jerry? And just no one's been home.
No one home. Nothing there except for a Bluebird defender or Wastrel stick, because they're certainly trying to get that puck out front and get the bodies there to get that puck past her, because Wastrel's just playing a very sharp game. Even though it's only 14 shots, she's had some good saves.
Just not enough net front presence for the Packers. And that's the kind of thing you need to do to beat a good team like CPCR. Shot blocked down in front. It's loose in front. Great save again by Wastrel. This time to deny Ahern.
Yeah, that's scary when you see two white shirts in front of the goalie all alone.
Bajunin loses out along the right half wall, and it's carried on out now by Ahern. Into the zone, rifles a shot that goes wide.
That had her beat.
Alita Ahern, a big senior, very tall. Picked up nigh by the freshman Alphen. Only as far as Paco, who read that well, but the play is ruled offside. But you can see what she read that long stretch pass in the neutral zone and intercepted it.
Well, you know, I mean, stretch passes are good, but when you have number 7 there between the puck and the recipient, it probably won't work because, like you say, Bill, she really reads the game well. Yeah,
too smart and too good. She's been held off the score sheet tonight.
Yeah, that's big.
38 points on the season for her, just a junior. Trip in the neutral zone, hand stays down. Just out of the reach of number 77, Burgos Frias. And Paco back to collect. Tries to get it up for Felton, but it's intercepted. Bernovic behind her own net. Tries to leave it right there for McKenzie.
Yeah, not good spacing there.
Yeah.
Too tight.
Now Bernovic back on it behind the South St. Paul net.
The points, there you go.
Great pass out on high, looking for Zahalka, but she couldn't hold the zone.
Yeah. So that's too bad because you have to read that. South St. Paul has all the players down below the dots, so your points are always going to be open. Move that puck up high.
Now Paco way out on high on the forecheck as CPCR regains the zone. Circling with it, looking for a pass back out on high, and again, misconnection as it goes all the way back down to Wastrel in the net.
Yeah, I'd like to see Milton just hold that puck a little bit.
Now we've got a delayed penalty coming up, pad save. And right there, it's going to be a second time to the box for the Bluebirds here in the third, just for the game, but first time in the third period. And it's going to be Nora Milton, the guilty party,
when
with interference.
When you're up 3-0 and it's third period, you want to play good, solid defense. And the Bluebirds are getting a little bit loose with the puck, a little bit loose in their coverage, and that led to that penalty there because when you press forward that hard and you get those Packer players behind you, that's trouble. That's tighten that up a little bit to finish the game.
Milton goes for interference at 6:35. Remember, though, Jerry, the Bluebirds almost scored a couple times on the shorthanded opportunities, so they're very aggressive.
That's what they try to do
in their approach. There's a shot by Ahern that hits Zahalka and is knocked down. Paco will track it back to her own end. 10 minutes to go, third period, 3-0 the score in favor of CPCR.
Well, that's why they score close to 4 goals a game. They're very offensive-minded, and they need some good defense once in a while as well, and they do that.
Ahern back for Vesper at the point. Paco can't hold the zone, so he's got to retreat back to her line. For Ahern left wing, she'll red line it in. Comes around the boards, chopped at by Bowden. Nice move by Paco in the slot, and she whistles it wide. Wow. Yeah. That was a beautiful toe drag, though.
She just turned her head after she shot that because she had some room, but she missed the net.
Missed the net. Got to hit the net as the interference minor 50 seconds remaining. Stolen by the Bluebirds. Trying to get a shorty. Wisely played down low by Alphen. Just a solid performance here tonight for CPCR as we're about the midway point of the third period.
Yeah, they're managing the game fairly well all evening.
And they just look comfortable throughout.
Yeah.
As they hope to book a date tomorrow in the championship against Holy Angels.
Yeah, just like that. Alphen saw that she had a chance to get to that puck, and she got there first, dumped it back low.
Now the forecheck set up as Ahern pass takes the stick out of the hands of McKenzie.
Yeah, nice flat stick, just fell out of her hand.
Now South St. Paul tries to bring it back in and does. Bernovic turns it over below the net. 3 seconds, and the penalty has expired. Shot blocked out front by McKenzie. Goaltender way out of her net to play that one.
Uh-oh.
And now we might have another penalty, and we will, as indeed that's going to be a hook on Riley Del Castillo. And I think the right call from our bench.
Yeah, it was a good call. Well, what happened there is interference was a call. That player with speed and got caught flat-footed, and he had to hook her because she had the corner. She was going to come right in on Wastro by herself. So.
And sometimes the stick just gets caught up as well.
Yeah, it does. So we'll see what the Bluebirds can do. Yeah, it looks like the referee is going to get a timeout here for South St. Paul. They want to talk about it because they know it's an important part of the game.
Yep. Indeed, Dave Palmquist takes one of his timeouts here with still with 8 minutes left, but see what the time of this penalty is.
Yeah, and, they know that if they can get that first one, you never know. Sometimes you get the momentum, you can pop in that second one right away too, and then you get to the point where you can get down to close to the edge of the game and pull your goaltender and try to tie it. So weird things happen. That's why you want to make sure you try to stay out of the box late in the game because one goal can, get the other team excited.
And then you have the most dangerous lead in hockey, right? The two-goal lead.
Two-goal thing.
After
right.
that, if it's 3-1.
Yes, indeed.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, that is. And it's roasting on an open fire,
Yeah,
too.
I was about to say. Well, thank you, Kim. I was told she has accepted my apology.
Oh, good.
After the third apology.
Uh-huh.
So.
Well, we do our best, but we're only human. We do make mistakes.
That's right.
I know I've made my share. I'm finally not saying Cardinals. I'm saying Bluebirds most of the time. But I think I have about $5 in quarters that I've had to pay for the fine.
And Joe and Howie will keep track for you, too.
Well,
I'm
I
sure.
catch them, too, and they owe a few quarters. Well, 8-14. Let's see how the Bluebirds do. They've done really well on the penalty kill so far, just like they did yesterday. Elk River with a good power play, 0 for 6. So they've done real well, and they've basically, as you said, taken the offense to South St. Paul when they've been killing the penalty.
Semling, McKenzie, Bernovic, and both Semlings, I believe, Evie and June out there. As June will take the draw. It's back to Pockel. She walks the line. Shares it for Ahern near side. Down low, nice moves down low by Felton. Ahern from above the circle, hits her teammate out in front, and it's swept up ahead to Bernovic. Bernovic forced to the wall by Pockel. Wheeling down low in the right corner. And now she'll just try to pin it up against the boards and waste a little time.
Yeah, that's
1:30
smart.
left on the interference. Second interference penalty of the period taken by the Bluebirds as Semling gains the zone and then puts it right in the midsection of Jeffrey.
Well, what's happening for the Packers is just that the Bluebirds are using their speed, and they're just not letting them get that puck set up to get down the other way and set their power play up. They haven't been able to set up their power play very well at all today, and that's because of the pressure and the speed.
Maybe 1 or 2 shots on the three power plays they've had. I haven't kept track exactly, but that's all I can remember.
Yeah, you see, look at the pressure, bad pass because of the pressure. Just they've been doing that all night.
And they're just not allowing them to get in the rhythm, but another penalty taken, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the next minute, 2 seconds.
Just what they did yesterday, and I do believe it's the same player, number 20, that was called for that yesterday. And
Lily McKenzie.
Yep, a check.
Gets her stick up high. No,
that's
Semling.
Okay,
that's
well,
June Semling.
Sorry, Lily. Good, you're off the hook because the player's still down.
Pun not intended, as hopefully Ahern is okay.
Yeah.
That's Ahern. But
Well,
yeah.
you know, these are things that as you work through the season, when you're playing Minnetonka or you're playing Andover or those types of teams, not that South St. Paul's a bad team, but when you're playing these really powerful teams,
They'll make you pay.
you do this, you're going to pay.
They will make you pay.
Yeah.
Now, was that interference or hooking? What do they ultimately call?
I thought it might have been a check, but we'll see if he calls it out for us.
Yeah. Off the draw, they win it to the front.
Roughing.
Roughing, okay.
Nope, but here we
So
go.
2 minutes for roughing as Lily McKenzie has it poked off her stick by Pockel. 3-on-2 for the Packers. Pockel wheels down the right wing. This is where she can be so dangerous as she
Yeah, look at her handle that puck.
just beautifully skates through the zone, passes across. There's a shot, and a nice save made by Wastrel. Pockel feeds in front. 5-on-3. They had to do it twice in the third period. Yesterday did CPCR, and a great job by Callie Alphen.
That's what
So-
that's what Elfin did yesterday.
Send it all the way down.
She just won battles and she's cleared the puck all the way down.
Meanwhile, you're going to have one penalty cleared, and you're going to have Del Castillo skating right to the bench. Opportunity here, Lily McKenzie, and this time it's saved. Puck initially spilled. There's sticks on the ice, and finally the whistle blows.
Yeah.
And so actually Del Castillo hops on the ice and stays out there.
Okay, she had a 2-minute rest.
So I
she's ready to go.
misinterpreted the Coach Gutterman signals.
Yeah.
Clock stops with 6:10 to go in the third. 3-0 the score. CPCR leads.
Well, they got out of that pickle. And now they're in good shape. Just kill this off and finish the game and get ready for Holy Angels.
50 seconds remaining. And, they would be 4 for 4 on the kill if they were able to do that here. 84.5% coming into this hockey game.
Yeah, they're very aggressive, and they have real good penalty killers.
Pockel down the right wing. Boy, she can really stick handle.
She can go. But keep her outside the dots. She's not a problem.
Yep. She's forced wide by Alphen, who is a tenacious checker.
Yeah, she is.
Pockel goes rink wide with it. They hold at the line. Ahern across the zone, and then poke checked free by Bernovic.
Yep, that's all you need to do. You're tired, all the way down, get off.
6 seconds left, and they indeed will be able to kill a 5-on-3 once more in the third period. But again, don't want to make it a habit.
No.
If you can help it.
But yeah, they didn't have much of a problem there.
But sometimes that can happen, Jerry, when you have an aggressive forecheck on the penalty kill. When your kill pushes out high, sometimes even your best players can get a little outside themselves.
Yes, it happens.
Inside of 5 minutes to go. Alphen at the left point goes off the window and down. Nice skating down low by Felton. Up ahead, and Thompson races after it. Thompson checked off the puck, centering pass once again. No one's home.
Yeah, good defensive posture there by the Bluebirds. Ketting was right there where she belonged in the house, took care of business.
Easton puts it on net, blocker down.
36th shot of the game for the Bluebirds.
33 saves made by Molly Jeffrey as the whistle sounds, and it's an icing.
Yeah, well, she's had a good game. I mean, she's seen a lot of pucks and some good quality shots.
Yeah, she's made her fair share of saves, but looking comfortable right now for Champlain Park Coon Rapids, who are hoping to pick up their 11th win of the season and book a date in the championship game of this tournament against Holy Angels.
Well, here comes a 3-on-1. Good back check.
3-on-1 if they hustle.
Good back pressure by Reed there.
There's a shot that goes wide. Comes up the near side boards, and now it's tied up. And won by CPCR. Great job by Pajunin to force it as Thompson regains control. Back out to center ice. It splits defenders.
Yeah.
Way out of her net to play it is Wastrel.
Yeah, she wanted to try that.
Yeah. Now's the time.
She did a good job.
36-16 shots in favor. Shot in front. Speaking of shots, June Semling on the doorstep.
My.
looking for her second of the game.
That was a nice pass.
Great find. As we've got a penalty coming up again on the Bluebirds, so they'll have to kill off their 5th penalty of the game. Fourth taken in the third period.
4 in the third period. That's
a captain penalty taken there by Evie Semling.
That's 3 too many. Better get their penalties out of their system today, because if you do that against Holy Angels tomorrow, I have a feeling you might have a different result. They had a couple of snipers on that team.
14:44 the time of the penalty, as the draw will take place down to the left of Maddie Wastrel. Cross-checking the call as Ahern fires it towards Wastrel's net. The couple players in front.
Yeah, Wastrel again, right on her angle, makes a save, no rebound, freezes the puck. That's what you do. Your goaltender's got to control play when you're killing penalties.
Ahern.
Uh-oh.
To the slot, opportunity here, and it doesn't get through. Thrown on front net again. Wastrel makes the save. CPCR 2 at first. 18 shots now for the game for the Packers. Packel backhands it for Ahern. How about the defensive effort? Alphen continuing to get tied up with Ahern as it's forced out back into the Packers' end. 2:34 left in the hockey game. 3-0 Bluebirds.
Yeah, she took a little bit of a bump on that one, driving for that puck, and went to the bench, get a little rest.
Packel moving left to right, forced to the wall, still possessing. Chance here, and blocker save made by Wastrel as it's tipped. They'll say the face-off will take place in the right circle of the Bluebird zone.
Good thing Felton didn't see Beck over there wide open on the left side, because she had a wide open net to shoot at.
So big face-off, all of them really are now, as just 55 seconds left on the cross-checking minor. Packel comes down to play it. Around the boards for Felton. Ahern on it. Nice job by Del Castillo to get there first. Her clearance attempt ultimately gloved down by Lily McKenzie. Here comes Lily McKenzie. Drop pass, beautiful for Bernovic. Can't handle it though. Bernovic reverses course. This is McKenzie just trying to while away the seconds.
Watch it there, yeah.
And finally stolen back here with 16 seconds left on the power play. Beck loses it at the line. It's off the end boards as Bernovic goes sprawling to the ice. Just 1:20 left in the game. Nice move to jam on the brakes with McKenzie in front. As we are back to full strength, 5 for 5 on the kill tonight for CPCR.
Yeah. Penalty kill's been great.
Including 4 of 4 here in the third. That was nearly redirected in. That was a knuckling puck.
Yeah, it was a knuckle puck.
Del Castillo from the point. Loose in front. Another nice save by Jeffrey. 50 seconds remaining. (38-19). CPCR doubling up the shots here as another penalty.
That'll be on
coming.
St. Paul.
That'll be on South St. Paul with 30 seconds left. Basically academic at this point as Bailey Vesper goes.
Checking, I do believe. Kind of
at
stepped into Del Castillo there. And
16:30 of the third period.
Hopefully she looks like she's fine, but Bluebirds can't afford to lose any more defenders.
3 even strength goals tonight for the Bluebirds as they win the draw. Checking is the call. Still skating after it hard. Semling comes off the wall, backhand, loose in front. And Reed was there, or Rocca was there, but couldn't convert. 5 seconds left. One more chance for the Bluebirds as time expires here in South St. Paul. CPCR gets goals from June Semling, Tessa Bowden, and Isabella Rocca. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and they win comfortably here tonight at Doug Woog Arena by a final of 3-0. Jerry Grant, your thoughts on a nice win for Champlin Park Coon Rapids here in the 28th annual Kaposha Classic semifinals, 3-0, and they've never really in doubt from the start.
Number one, they held them to under 20 shots. When you have a high-powered team like South St. Paul with over 4 goals a game, and you do that, that's number one thing you look at and go, check that box. Box number 2, the penalty kill. They did not allow a goal on the power play tonight, and they had a lot of penalties in the third period. They'll have to clean up for tomorrow, so that was great. And 3, Wastrel gets a shutout and played very stellar again this evening.
Yep, Maddie Wastrel stopped 19 shots, 7 in the second and third. 19 for the game for the shutout. June Semling gets the second star of the game as the
and they all get
Bluebirds
some beef jerky.
gather. That's right.
Never seen that before. You get,
most
you get a
important.
sack of beef jerky.
Shots on goal ultimately were in the third period was 7-6, but 38-19 for the game as CPCR doubles up South St. Paul here in the semifinals. So that'll do it for us here from Doug Woog Arena in South St. Paul. For my broadcast partner, Jerry Grant, and our entire terrific crew at CTN, saying good night here from Doug Woog Arena in South St. Paul. CPCR, Champlin Park Coon Rapids, the Bluebirds improve to 11-4 on the season as they win in the Kaposha Classic semifinals. They go for the title of the 28th annual Kaposha Classic here in South St. Paul tomorrow against Holy Angels. They defeat South St. Paul here in the semifinals tonight by a final score of 3-0. Thanks for watching this exclusive presentation of Bluebirds hockey on CTN.